Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we've got another cool little knife to do a disassembly cleaning of today. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Tribeca, and this is a knife that I have owned for quite a while. I actually did a little modification to it quite some time ago. Gave better access to that lock bar. Makes it a whole lot easier to disengage that lock, and I don't think the mod looks that bad. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get into this one. It's been a while since I've had it apart. T6 is on the body screws, which isn't my favorite, but hey, it works. Let's get those two out of the way. Nice little pop of color with the bronze colored back spacer. Well, it's not wanting to let go of that. There we go. All right. Let's see here. T8 should be the pivot screw. And then we should be in. Oop, there we go. Popped right apart. No problem. Let's see if we can't use that to take that out. And this one over here, get that in there. We'll drop that pivot in there as well. And not crazy dirty. There's a little bit of stuff there, and we could use a good cleaning. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that now. And all I'm using is just a alcohol pad. I want to call attention to this area right here. Giant Mouse does a good job there. That's a ramp to get up onto that blade. So that detent ball doesn't have any issue there. I like that. And I don't see that on a lot of. Sorry, let me get it back on screen here. I'm trying to get a little bit of grime out from right there. You don't see that on a whole lot of knives. Some, yes, but a lot, no. And I think that's pretty cool. All right, wipe that off there, and you can see the Vox and so logo there, and made in Italy. I'm also going to wipe down the scales as well, and wire clip, which I find to be just fine. No issue at all with that. I did not push out that pivot, but it seems in there good, so no reason to do so. Wipe down this. I think I can take this off, maybe. There we go. Really give it a proper cleaning. This one is going off to a new home, because even if I really think it's cool, I don't carry that much. And blade show's coming up, so clean that area up. We'll also clean this here. Okay. All right. Let's get the bearings out, get those wiped down, and set those over here to dry. Same thing for this one. Set that off there to dry. Let's get that pivot screw out. I'm just pinching that between the thumbnail and forefinger, thumbnails in the threads of the screw, just kind of backing out, seeing if I can clean any grit and grime that may be accumulated there. See a little bit. All right, we've already got this in here, so we're going to grab one of these. The way I like to do it, if the cutout's in the blade, then I'll place the bearing in there as so. If it's got this one side kind of open in the bearings, okay. So what I'm going to do is place this one with that open side up. I'm going to grab a little bit of gunny glide, dab on each side. Place that blade on, bearing on this side with the open side toward the blade, since there's a cutout there in the blade, just a little bit on each side, and also just a tad on this detemp ball. Put that in place, and we'll put a little bit of gunny glide. Put a little bit of Loctite stick on the screw itself, and set that into place. We'll come back and adjust that in a little bit. Looks like I'll need to adjust it. All right. On this one, I saw that the shorter one was back here toward the back. All right, so we'll tighten that, and then we will tighten this one as well. All right. Let's open it. We'll see that the centering is off just a little bit toward the show side. And let's switch back over to this. I don't think loosening any is going to help that. It might. Nope, absolutely not. Tightening it brings it back toward the center, but then that's going to be too tight for the, and it's still off a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. I usually like to fold up just one of these packages for the alcohol swab. I'm going to take, and since it needs to go toward the clip side, just kind of jam that in there a little bit. We'll switch back to this T6. I want to loosen the screws, and I can feel that these are loose on this side as well. All right, I'm gonna grab this because I'm going to need that in a second. I'm going to take and loosen that just so everything's kind of loosened up a little bit. Then I'm going to tighten it back up. Tighten it up pretty good. Not too awful much, but enough to where it'll hold everything in place, or should hold everything in place. Then I'm going to take and hold these body screws with this finger bit, if I can get it to go in. There we go. And I'm tightening those down. All right. And then we'll pull this out and look at the centering. Looks a little better. And we're going to back off on that screw a little bit. Look at that. In fact, I got to tighten back just a hair. And there we have it. That's just a little quick centering trick. And we've got the action pretty good on this little Giant Mouse Ace Tribeca. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Hope to see y'all again soon. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching.